Привіт, моя взаємодія тім. Боже, я вас просто обожнюю. В нас топ-новина, 200 волонтерів річно сьогодні нашу ціль доєдналися до нас загалом. У нас 200 тепер. У нас є 5 основних зараз дайрекшенів, напрямків, які наповнені нашими ресерчерами. В нас 3 нових партнершіпи вкладено на наступний місяць. І те, що стосується основних наших напрямків, там все йде реально дуже класно. Але є одне, але в нас взагалі немає бази даних по здоров'ю. Хтось може мені з цим, будь ласка, допомогти?
Oh, if I knew that I would be showing it here on a TEDx, probably I would change my sweater and talk to my team in English. That was me, kind of brave and energetic as I addressed this to 200 volunteers at our stand-up meeting in early March 2022. I shared with them the latest updates about our Zymodia platform and told them everything about our partners, sections updates, and asked for help with the health database. Why would I? Because people were Googling where to buy medicine, what to do if there is no pharmacy near them. We had no information back then, therefore I asked someone to help me with that. You see that I'm kind of fresh at that video, but in reality, I had no energy. I didn't sleep for 2 weeks. I didn't eat for 1 week because I didn't want to. And basically, I was wearing the same clothes, the same hoodie I put on February 24th, when Russia invaded Ukraine. The world was shouting all over the place. How did they save Kyiv? How did they protect it? Russian army was almost there. How did they do this? Everyone thought we were heroes. But the reality is that no one was ready to the war in the 21st century. Back then, Ukrainians had everything. We were living our best lives. We had best apartments, we were visiting restaurants, cafes, we were traveling all over Ukraine, traveling abroad, we were getting married, sometimes getting divorced. Everything was so crazy cool. And then, just in one day, when someone was getting back from their night work, someone was feeding their kids, someone was ready for a pet walk in the early morning, someone was in the cinema as I did, or was partying the whole night, everything changed. And all Ukrainians lost their happy lives. People didn't know where to buy petrol back then, where to buy food, where to stop if they are fleeing from east to west, what they wait in time on the border on the west, and what to do if they hear military noise. People were lost and they needed guidance. I remember back then, everyone told me, Jane, it's impossible to create an operation system for the entire nation. I opened my laptop, I opened Notion and started working. Together with my friends, we came up with a radical new idea of creating an operation system for the entire nation, not for an incubator, accelerator, business, or NGO, but for the entire nation. And we built that. We built an operation system for all Ukrainians based on Notion, a no-code tool where everyone could find answers to the most popular questions. And if they couldn't, we even had a call center where you could call and receive help. Basically, Notion was a platform where we had 13 different sections, 40 subsections, and we covered answers to more than 10,000 questions which were relevant during a wartime. You know the story already. Then they started telling me that it's impossible. Impossible to lead a team of 200 volunteers. Jane, you are too young to manage 200 volunteers. No, you can't do this. I started working just with 4 friends, and then, after we published our initiative on socials, 5, 10, 20, and then 100 people started joining us. In 1 month, we had 200 volunteers working together. We had everything a real company has. We had daily stand-ups, weekly meetings, even managerial reports. We created an onboarding system where every newbie who was joining us could onboard it just during 1 week with this 1-pager and a mentor. So everything a real company does. Moreover, we even had 13 head of directions. By the way, those are real ones. And at the end of the day, we transformed a group of 200 random people into a manageable organization. Guess what? They told me, Jane, now it's impossible to reach 45 million nations during the war. But they didn't get it. They didn't know that we had no intention to become the most popular, the best platform in the world. We just wanted to cover the most popular Google searches for Ukrainians during the war. So no one felt lost and could find answers to the questions like where to feed their children if all the shops are closed, where to stop overnight if they're going from east to west, what to do if there is no shelter near them. And we had 2 superpowers and 2 miracles which happened to us. One miracle was that we figured out that we had an internal PR team among our volunteers. Designers, marketers, content makers, communications managers, all united, and we created 2 separate directions, and they started working on public relations. We had another miracle. We had our partners. We had more than 200 of them. And they started publishing about us on their platforms as well, as we did before. Once these 2 miracles united, the miracle 3rd one happened. And we were mentioned in most popular Ukrainian TV channels, radios, TV shows, and magazines, so basically every Ukrainian knew about us. At the end of the day, I can say that the team, that's what really mattered back then. 1.7 million unique users have been using our platform. We had, on average, 10,000 unique users daily. We were published in more than 30 medias back then, and we got 5 million coverage in the first month. It means that every 26 Ukrainian was guided during the war. Do you remember my question at that early stand-up meeting in March 2022?
Дозвольте мені. Я хочу очолити напрямок медичної інформації на нашій платформі.
That was Oksana, a 55-year-old woman who had no experience neither with G Suite nor with no-code, but she agreed. She agreed and she did that. Health Direction became one of the most visited pages on our platform. If you're sitting now there and watching this and you think, I can't manage my business, I don't know how to earn for a living, I can't manage this divorce, I don't know how to live my next day, just stop. The world will always challenge your adaptability, ability to do something. but you have to look at it from another perspective and ask if the impossible is truly impossible for me. The next time world whispers you that you are too old, too good, too young, too smart, too empathetic, too pathetic, too energetic, too something, just stop and give it a try. Because no one believed Ford and Ukrainian nation could do that either. Thank you.